Now second phylum is our coelentrata. Coelentrata. Coelentrata, this word comes from coelentron. Coelentron cavity, it is called commonly called as gastrovascular cavity. This gastrovascular cavity is called coelentron cavity, means coelentron cavity. Animals which bear coelentron cavity, they are called as coelentrata. Another name is cnidaria. Cnidaria means needle bearing animals. Cnidaria come from needle bearing animals, right? Like porifera means what? Porifera means what? Pore bearing animals. These are coelentrata means what? Coelentron cavity is present in these animals, they are called coelentrata. Cnidaria means they have needle bearing animals, right? They are aquatic, mostly marine. So first statement is given here, they are aquatic, all these are aquatic, but mostly marine. Some are fresh, like some is what, which one? It is our hydra. Hydra is a freshwater coelentrates, right? Sessile means they are attached with substratum, non-moving or free swimming, or maybe free swimming. Sessile means we have here, I am going to we are going to read this one, polyp stage or medusa stage. So sessile means polyp. If polyp stage is there, so they are sessile, and if medusa is there, so they are free swimming, right? For polyp and for medusa, right? Radially symmetrical, radial symmetry is there because we can cut, look here, we can cut from different planes into two equal halves. So radial symmetry is there. The name cnidaria is derived from the, here some figure is given, from the nidoblast or nidocytes. Nidoblast or nidocytes, specific cells are there. These are the unique characteristics of this phylum. They are the unique cells which are present in this phylum. Like in porifera we have choanocytes. So in porifera, choanocytes are the specific cells or unique cells which is present only and only in porifera. Like here, nidocytes or nidoblast, they are present only and only in coelentrates, right? Nidoblast and nidocytes which contain the stinging capsule. So they contains the stinging capsule. Nidoblast and nidocyte, they are stinging cells, stinging capsules or nematocyst. Nematocyst means stinging capsule. This one, look here, this one is nematoblast cell, this one is capsule body, this one is nucleus, right? This is capsule in which what is there? There is poisonous. Which poison is there? Neurotoxic poison is there. This one is a sting. Actually in normal condition, it is when it is in activate condition, so this sting is inside the, this like this one. So this sting is inside the capsule. This one is sting inside the capsule, right? But when some pathogen, when some prey come on the tentacles, because they are mostly present in tentacles, when they sit on the tentacles or they reach the tentacles, these are blast. Why they are blast cells? Blast means two things is there, either it is that is suddenly activate, or second it forms some cells. But here nidoblast means what? It is not forming of new cells. Nidoblast means there this sting is suddenly comes out in blast manner. So what, when it comes out, it stings into the prey, because this capsule, it contains neurotoxic poison. So this prey becomes unconscious, and then what happens? These arms, they put this prey into the gastrovascular cavity or into the coelom cavity through the opening. Which opening? Hypostome. Okay. Present on the tentacles and on the body. Nidoblast are used. What is the function of nidoblast? Anchorage, defense, and for the capture of prey, right? Cnidarians exhibits tissue level of organization. Poriferous, they have cellular level of organization. Cnidarians, they have tissue level of organization and are diploblastic, means they have only ectoderm or endoderm. They have no mesoderm. They have a central gastrovascular cavity. Gastro means it is also responsible for digestion. Partially digested materials are transferred or provide to the cells for further digestion. In this case, we have inter as well as intracellular digestion, both are present, right? Gastrovascular cavity with a single opening mouth, and this is called hypostomes. Single opening, only single opening is there as a mouth or as an anus. So this one is called a incomplete digestive. It is not a system, so we cannot consider this one digestive system, right? Here we cannot consider this one is digestive system because these animals or these phylums, they have no system, they have only tissue level of organization. That's why we cannot consider this one is incomplete digestive system, right? Because they have no systems. But one thing is there, only one opening is there. So these are also we can consider blind sac body. For this one we can consider blind sac body. Blind sac means only one opening is there, right? Digestion is extracellular, outside the cell, where in gastrovascular cavity, or intracellular, that means inside the cell. So outside the cell and inside the cell, both intra as well as extracellular digestion is present. Some of the cnidarians, as for example corals, have a skeleton composed of calcium carbonate. Coral reefs, they have calcium carbonates. Cnidarian exhibits two basic body forms, that is called polyp and medusa. Figure is also given, polyp sessile, medusa free swimming stage is there. So two forms of body is there. So we can say they shows us dimorphism, right? The former is sessile, form is what? Polyp is sessile, and cylindrical form, right? This former polyp, it is sessile and cylindrical form like hydra, adamsia. These are example of polyps. So they are sessiles attached to the substratum only, whereas the latter one which means what? Medusa is umbrella shaped. It is cylindrical form and this one is umbrella shaped and free swimming like aurelia or jellyfish. Free swimming, aurelia or jellyfish, right? Those cnidarians which exist both forms, cnidarians in which both forms is there, as for example in Obelia colony, right? We consider colony means many group of animals are there. So Obelia, both forms are present, that means polyp and medusa both are present, and they also shows alternation of generation, right? Exhibit the alternation of generation, and this process is called metagenesis. In this case animals, it is called metagenesis, right? Polyp, as it is given here, that is polyp produce medusa asexually. Polyp produce medulla asexually. That means what? That means asexual reproduction is present in polyp stage, and medusa forms polyp sexually. Medusa forms polyp sexually, as for example is given Obelia. That means sexual reproduction is present in medusa stage, that is gametes. Who produce gametes? Medusa produce gametes, right? Figure is given. Now see this figure here. Now two figures are given. This one is aurelia, this one is aurelia. Look here, what is the structure? It is umbrella like structure, and mouth toward the downward. Mouth is toward the downward, right? Look, this is aurelia, there is a TS. This one is a LS of this one is, we can consider this one LS of this aurelia. So what we see, this is hypostome. These are tentacles. TAN, right? Tentacles, right? These are tentacles, these are hypostomes. This one is coelentron cavity. So this one umbrella like downward position, mouth downward. Look here, mouth, this one is hypostome. So hypostome upward side, this in this case downward side. These are tentacles, right? This one is free swimming and this one is sessile, right? Here look, these are tentacles, this one is coelentron cavity. Okay, so this one is aurelia, then this figure is adamsia figures, and these are the LS of aurelia and LS of Adamsia. We can see here mouth is downward, here mouth is upward. Tentacles present on upper side, tentacle present on downward side. This is umbrella-like structure, this is cylindrical structure. These are the differences, right? Some only, look here, we also divide this coelentrata into 3 classes on the basis of their polyp and medusa stage, presence of polyp and medusa stage, right? We will discuss it after this, after the reading of this phylum in NCERT, right? Okay, come to this side. Examples are given here. Physalia, which is commonly called as Portuguese man of war. Adamsia, that is sea anemone. Pennatula, sea pen. Gargonia, sea fan. Menandrina, that is called brain corals, right? These are given here. Here Hydra is not given. Okay, so come to the another side where I am going to tell you about this. Here what we think, here 2 types here, that is what is given, dimorphism is there. Dimorphism is what? They have 2 different body forms. So one is medusa, and another one is our polyp stage is there. These are 2 types of 2 stages of lives. Some have medusa, some have polyp, and some have both, right? Here also like to, because they are also diploblastic, so they have outer, this side outer and this side inner cell, right? Outer layer and this side inner layer is there, and in between this one is called mesoglia. Some cells are also present in mesoglia, right? These are amoebocytes. They are called as amoebocytes, right? So when we consider this one is our polyp stage, right? And this side tentacles are there, and now here is a opening. This one is opening. This one is called hypostome, hypostome, that is mouth. This one is gastrovascular cavity or coelentron cavity, right? Lower side, look here, lower side, that is this side, it is, because it is gastro layer, gastro, gastro, because it is responsible for digestion, and upper side it is vascular layers. Hypostome is here. Look, up outer side of the body we have here bunch of nidoblast cells. These are bunch means group, bunch of nidoblast cells. This is the hold fast. In between we know this is outer, this one is inner membrane, and in between it is mesoglia. So in mesoglia there is also amoebocytes. We can say this one arcuocytes, right? They are also responsible for the formation of male gamete, or it is in the formation of female gametes, right? Here also, what here, here sexual reproduction is present, and one thing is there, in sexual reproduction development is indirect, because they have also, they shows indirect means what, they have larval stage in between them, right? The larval stage means it is planula larva. Which larva is there? This is planula larva, or Ephyra is also second larva is our Ephyra larva, EPHYRA, right? EPHYRA, Ephyra or planula larva. These are 2 larvas, not only 2 larvas are there, but they are 2 specific larvas which are present in this case. So larval stage is present, so development is indirect, right? This phylum, this specific phylum, that is our coelentrata, it is further divided into 3 classes on the basis of presence or absence of medusa or polyp stage. We classified this one is in 3 classes. 3 classes, which one? First one we have here, first I write here, second and third. We need not to go very deep in the classification because it is not in NCERT and it is also not in our syllabus. But one thing is there, some characteristics are asked, right, which is present in our NCERT, but indirectly it is present, not directly present, right. Look, first one is our, if polyp and medusa both stages are present, then it is called hydrozoa. Hydrozoa. Only polyp is only medusa is present, it is called scyphozoa. Only medusa, and only polyp is present, now it is called as anthozoa. Right? Three classes are there. Hydra means both present, both stages. That means alternation of generation is present here. But one exception is there. Here example is hydra, which is fresh water, right? But in case of hydra, it has only polyp. Medusa is absent in case of hydra. Here only polyp is there. It is an exception. Another one is our obelia colony. Obelia, both stages are present. So maybe hydrozoa means they are fresh water as well as marine water. Scyphozoa, one example is given in our NCERT, that is Aurelia, right? Aurelia, umbrella shaped, that is what? Only medusa stage is there. Medusa stage is present, right? And in Anthozoa, only polyp stage is present. Only polyp stage is present, and this Anthozoa, it is further divided into two parts, right? So one is our sea anemone, and second is our corals, right? Sea anemone example is Adamsia, coral different, sea pen, that is Spinetula, sea fan, that is Gorgonia, brain coral, Menandrina, right? Red munga, So these are example, because these coral means they have calcium carbonate skeleton is there. And they have no skeleton. Sea anemones, they have no skeleton. So this is the classification of which? This is the classification of our which phylum? Coelentrata phylum, right? Okay. Now come back to the NCERT for another phylum. Physalia, okay, can you tell me Physalia? Physalia come into which class? Physalia come into the Scyphozoa class, that is Portuguese man of war, right? Adamsia, sea anemone is given here, it is sea anemone, it come into the Anthozoa, right? And it is sea anemone, means it has no calcium carbonate exoskeleton is not there. Pinnatula, it is also come into the Anthozoa, look like say pen, feather like, right now. So this is it comes into the corals, that means they have exoskeletons are there. Gorgonia, sea fan also come into the corals. Menandrina, brain coral, it is all coral is there, right? So you have to read this common name also. Now another we have phylum Ctenophora. Initially what is there? Coelentrata is single, and in Coelentrata these two that is Ctenophora and Cnidaria both are come into the Coelentrata, but after some time when we realize that this one is totally different, because it has it is called Cnidarians. Preferably we have two classes in Coelentrata, one is Cnidarian, another one is Cnidarian. Cnidarian means we have Hydra, and that means what? These three classes: Anthozoa, Scyphozoa and Hydrozoa. But when we consider other structures, so they are not, that means they are not resembles with the Cnidarians. As far they have lasso cells, they have no sting cells, but they have lasso cell. They have no nidoblast cell. They have also a specific cell. These are called lasso cells, right? First thing is there, and they have 8 plates, and these plates are responsible for moving, for locomotion. Okay, in Hydra they have 8 tentacles. They have 8 tentacles, and these tentacles are useful for capturing the prey, for locomotion, for swimming, right? Okay, look here. Ctenophores, commonly known as sea walnut or comb jellies. Sea walnut or comb jellies. This commonly called as sea walnut and or comb jellies are exclusively marine. No one freshwater animals are there. Radially symmetrical diploblastic organisms, symmetry radial, diploblastic only, endoderm and exoderm is there, with tissue level of organization same as to Hydra. These are the similarity which is present in coelentrates, Cnidarian and the ctenophora. The body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plate. That what it is called comb jellies, because they are transparent. They have no skeleton. One thing is there, these ctenophores, they have no skeleton. A skeleton is absent. No skeleton, right? Digestion is both extracellular as well as intracellular. Bioluminescence, this is the specific property which is present, exclusive property. The property of a living organisms to emit light is well marked in ctenophores. All the ctenophores, this bioluminescence is present, right? Sexes are not separate, that means they are bisexual. Reproduction take place only by sexual means. Asexual reproduction is absent. Asexual reproduction is absent, right? Fertilization is external with indirect development, right? That means what? One larval stage is present, and this larva is sidipid. The name of larva is sidipid, right? Larva is there. Example is given here: Pleurobranchia or Tinoplana, right? Look, these are tentacles. 2 tentacles are there. These are comb plates. This one is hypostome. Tentacles, they have no nidoblast cell, but in place of nidoblast cell they have lasso cells. Lasso cells. This is the specific characteristics. Okay. Indirect means what? Here a larva is there, and this larva is sidipid larva, right? Okay. Sidipid larva. It is a specific larva which is present in this case. Some other examples are also there, which are considered as good names are there, right? Bori, one name is also here. It is not given here. Bori. So Bori, and this Bori, common name of this Bori, B-E-R. Oh, sorry, this spelling is not there. It is here. I write B-E-R-O-E. Bori, right? So this Bori, commonly called as it is swimming eye of cat. It looks like eyes are swimming. It is called as, look here, swimming eyes of cat. It is called as swimming eye of cat, B-E-R-O-E, B-R-O-E, right? Another one is venous girdle is also there. Venous girdle, venous, G-I-R-D-L-E. Venous girdle, common name is venous girdle. Its scientific name is which name? This one is System, CESTUM, system, venous girdle. System, scientific name is system, venous girdle. So system, bori, pleurobrachia, tenoplana, these are the example of this here, right? And now tenoplana, it is common cellulosum with it is called alcyonium, right? This one, it shows common cellulosum, right? Which whom? Alcyonium, common cellulosum with alcyonium, that is another animal is there. Okay, so this is about the ctenophora. In ctenophora, no other classes is there, only one single phylum, single class is there. Now after this ctenophora, phylum is platyhelminthes. They have dorso-ventrally flattened body. Body is dorso-ventrally, flat body there. This one is dorso-ventral, leaf-like structure, flat. So what? Platy means what? Platy means flat. Platy means flat, right? Platy means what? Platy means flat. This platy means flat, helminths means worm. So flat worms, right? The dorso-ventrally flattened leaf-like structure, hence are called as flatworms. These are mostly endoparasite, found in animals including human beings also, right? Flatworms are bilaterally symmetrical, right? Because sponge, ctenophores and one that is coelentrates, they are radial symmetric, but this one is first phylum which is present in bilateral symmetrical. It is also first phylum in which triploblastic animals are there, right? Coelomate animals with organ level of organization. Here organ level of organization is there. Look here, in coelentrata, the coelentrata means tissue level of organization is there. The coelentrata is the first phylum in which nervous system is there, nervous tissue is there. But these nerves are apolar because the only network of nerves is present there, right? And this is our platyhelminthes. It is the first phylum which shows us bilateral symmetry. First thing, triploblastic, right? And also organ level of organization. Hooks and suckers are present in the parasitic form because they are well adapted parasitic form. So they have hook and suckers, first thing is there, and their body cavity is totally covered with thick layer of cuticle, right? Because cuticle cannot digest, we cannot digest the cuticles. So it is adaptation of parasitic form. Some of them absorb nutrients from the host directly through their body surface because they have no systems. So they directly absorb the foods. Some of them is what? Like tapeworm, this one, tapeworm, right? Specialized cells are called flame cells. This one is unique cell which is present in this case, flame cells, or they are flame cells, or they are called as solenocytes. They are also called as solenocyte. So they are present in this one, platyhelminthes, and these flame cells are also present in our which one? It is a urochordates, right? When I teach you urochordate, then I will tell you these flame cells, right? Help in osmoregulation as well as in excretion. That means flame cells are responsible for osmoregulation, to maintain the osmoregulation, and also excretion. Sexes are not separate. Both sexes are present in single, unisexual, hermaphrodite. Fertilization is internal and development is through many larval stages. Different animals have different stages. More than a single animal has more than 5 stages are there. So larval stage is here, different larvae is there. Some members like planaria possess high regeneration capacity. That means what? When we cut the planaria into 2 or 3 or 4 halves, all these part of the body, this is which we cut, they develop into a new individual, right? So high regeneration capacity like planaria they have, right? Very basic characteristics are given in NCERT. You need only basic characteristics. We need not to go very deep, right? Examples are given here: tinea, tapeworm, fasciola hepatica, that is liver fluke. We can say liver fluke, right? And example is also given here. This two examples given, like example of platyhelminthes, that is tapeworm, liver fluke. One thing is there which I think it is important to tell you, that their body cavity outside they have a thick cuticle layer, thick cuticle layer. This is the protective layer. This one is protective layer. So this layer, it protects them from digestive enzymes, right? Then another, they have three muscular walls, three MUS muscular layers or wall. So these are first transverse, longitudinal and oblique. Three muscle layers are there in the whole body, right? They also show syncytium, epidermis, right? So outer layer is cuticle, then epidermis is there, and after the epidermis they have three muscular layer in their body wall. They shows what they shows, they are ascahelminthes, means they have no coelom cavities there. Because they are endoparasites, so they have no specific organs are there, only these, look here, this one is asegmented, this animal is asegmented. But when we consider this one is, so these are proglottids. No, this one is not proglottids, these are gravid proglottids, right? These are mature proglottids, right? This one is mouth or neck and scrotum. Mouth part is called here scrotum, scolex, sorry, this is scolex, right? Scolex, SCOLEX, and this scolex, when we consider the scolex is right, this one structure. One layer, second layer. So look here, these are hooks and these are suckers, right? And this is scolex, and this region is called neck, and after then this immature proglottids and then mature proglottids is there, right? So these suckers and these hooks and their thick cuticle layer, these are the adaptation for their endoparasitic condition, right? In this case, in this, only one opening is there. Look here, this only one opening is there, and it is incomplete digestive tract. It is incomplete digestive tract. Only one opening is there, but in this case, no digestive tract is there. Okay. First, I want to tell you some information about this one. So come to the back side. Now here we have new phylum, that is our platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes, right? Platyhelminthes is also divided into three classes, right? So which three classes are there? They are first one is our Turbellaria, second is our this one is Turbellaria, Trematoda, and third one is our Cystoda. Turbellaria means free swimming, or free living. Trematoda, they are parasites. They are also endoparasites. They are endoparasites, right? So these Trematoda, they are also called as flukes, and these are tapeworm. For example, here Turbellaria, they are free swimming. So we have example. Which example is there here? We have this planaria. These planaria, they beating their cilia for movement. They beating the cilia and then they can move, but very slowly they can move, right? Planaria, high regeneration power is there. Now Trematoda, they are flukes, right? They are endoparasites. Like as for example, we have Hepatica, Fasciola hepatica. For example, Fasciola hepatica, right? And third, we have Cystoda. As for example, we have Taenia solium, Taenia saginata. These are examples. Taenia solium is called pork tapeworm. This is called beef tapeworm, right? It is actual. The name is given on the basis of their presence, where they are present, right? Fasciola is called sheep liver flukes. This Fasciola, it is sheep liver fluke, right? Sheep liver fluke. Another one is our Schistosoma. So Schistosoma, Fasciola, Schistosoma is called blood fluke, right? They are called blood flukes. These are flukes, right? Another we have some other examples also, right? One is Paragonimus, that is lung fluke. These are called lung fluke worms, right? These are the examples. Some examples are given here for Trematoda, and in case of Cystoda, that like Taenia solium, it is tape. They are tapeworms. So in Taenia solium, what here pseudo meristematic segmentation is there. Pseudo segmented body, segmented or segmentation is present. Here bodies are unsegmented. These two, they shows unsegmented body, right? One is also Echinococcus is also there. Look here, why I write here Echinococcus? Because sometimes what happens, we think echino means it is Echinodermata, but this one is not belongs to Echinodermata. Echinococcus, dog, which is present in dog flatworm. So these are the examples of Platyhelminthes, in which three classes are there, right? Now we are talking about some examples of larva. That here in NCERT it is given different type of larva is present in different organisms. So when we consider the larva, like we have which one? We have Fasciola hepatica, that is liver fluke, or we can say it Fasciola hepatica. When we consider Fasciola hepatica, it has 5 larval stages, right? Fasciola hepatica, 5 larval stage, because it has, how many hosts are there? We know it has, before come to the man, it has 2 hosts, that is one is our ship and another one is snails, right? The primary host, it is sheep or goat which grazing the grasses, and secondary host is snail, GARDEN, garden snail, right? Garden snail. Scientific name of garden snail is Lamnia. It is given in our which one? 12th portion. One chapter is there, that is ecosystem. It is given here right now. In population it is given. Different, how many types of larva stages we are, because we are talking about the larva, we have 5 types of larva, and this larva is, this may be, it is Miracidium, that is MS, we said them MSRCM, M for what? M for means Miracidium, then after what? S for statocyst, that is, sorry, statocyst, not sporocyst, right? Sporocyst, because statocyst is an organ, right? CYST, sporocyst. R means radia larva, after radia larva, Cercaria larva, and then it convert into Metacercaria larva. So we know here Miracidium larva, last one is Metacercaria larva. In this that means intermediate larval stage is there. More than one larva stage is there, right? In this case, that is infectious stage of sheep is Metacercaria. After then it comes into the sheep, right? And for which one? Snail, infectious stage of snail is Miracidium, snail. Okay, this is our fascia fluke, right? And when we consider another one is, that is fluke, not a fluke, that is our Taenia solium. It has also different stages, right? Taenia solium, it has also different larval stage, right? So different larval stage means here in Taenia solium, primary, we have also 2 hosts. Primary host is man and secondary host is pig, right? So what that is question is, what are the larval, different larval stage are there? So what are the larval stage here? Here we have 4 larval stages, right? So 4 larval stage means what? First we have Anchophora, hexacanth, bladder worm, and last one is Cysticerus, right? First one is our Onco, that is Onchosphere, ONCHO, Onchosphere, SPHERE, this one is Onchosphere. Second one is because 6, so hexacanth. Then after we have bladder worm, and last one is our here Cysticerus. So these are the larval stages. Which one? This is the sequence: Onchosphere, hexacanth, bladder worm, and Cysticerus, right? So here, what is the infectious stage in case of pig? So pig means Onchosphere, infectious stage of pig, and Cysticerus, it is the infectious stage of man. Now you understand? Okay. So different examples are also given in our NCERT. We can read this one in Now another phylum. So another phylum we have ascahelminthes. Which one? Phylum ascahelminthes. The body of ascahelminthes is circular. Ascahelminthes is circular and cross section. Ascahelminthes, ascus means round, so they are commonly called as roundworm. Okay, so they are commonly called as roundworm because ascus means what? Round, circular, and helminth means what? Worms. So they are considered roundworm, right? They may be free living, aquatic, terrestrial, or parasites. Free living, aquatic, terrestrial, or parasite in plant as well as in animals. Roundworms have organ system level of body organization. Now these from ascahelminthes we found organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic animals and pseudocoelomate animals. Only a single phylum in which pseudocoelomate is pseudocoelom cavity is present, that is our ascahelminthes, right? And this is the first phylum in which we found organ system level of organization, right? Alimentary canal is complete with a well developed muscular pharynx. Alimentary canal is complete. Complete means what? Complete means it has two separate openings, mouth and anus, right? An excretory tube removes body waste from the body cavity through the excretory pores. The excretory tube is there. Sometimes we consider it as a protonephridia, right? The excretory pores, right? Now sexes are separate, that is dioecious animal. Male and female are sexes are separate, so they shows dimorphism, male another, female is another. That is males and females are distinct. Often females are longer than males. In this figure we simply realize that this one is female which is longer and straight, right? No coiling there. But when we consider this male, this one is male and this one is female, right? So when we consider this male, we know here this point it is coiled, right? Fertilization, so this one is the specific feature to identify the male. Here is also anal cerci is there, look this one, penile cyst is there. Fertilization is internal and development may be direct, means no larval stage is there, or young ones resemble to the adults. Indirect or maybe larva. In some cases, in some examples, larva stage is present. In some examples, no larva stage is there. No larva stage is there means development is direct. Larva stage is present, that means development is indirect. Examples are given here: Ascaris, called roundworm, Boucheria bancrofti, filaria worm, and Cyclostoma, hookworm. Many other examples are also given here, right? We will discuss about this one. So in this case, in this NCERT, only a very simple information is given, right? Here I will tell you some other examples. Actually, this ascahelminthes is further divided into 5 classes. Primarily it is divided into 2 classes, phasmids and aphasmids. Now here look, in this case what happens in this ascahelminthes, we have 2 types of animals. Phasmids, in which phasmids is present. Phasmids means it is chemoreceptor and which is present toward the tail region. Amphids are present on the lip means mouth part, anterior portion, right? So phasmids, aphasmids or phasmids, two types of animals are there. Phasmid is present on the tail region, they are called phasmida, and phasmids are absent on the tail region, they are called aphasmida, right? Okay, we need not go to there. Some examples are given here because examples, their common name is very important, which is also sometime asked in your questions, right? So some examples means, now we have first one example is ascaris, which is given in ascaris, disease called ascariasis. Ascariasis. So ascaris, it is in our intestinal, that means in intestine, in our colon, bunch of ascaris are there, right? Second here, one thing is there, because ascaris, so development is indirect. Development is indirect. Indirect means larva. Which larva? Rhabditis larva. Larval stage is there. That means development is indirect. In case of ascaris lumbricoids, right? Second one is our hookworm, encyclostoma is given. Encyclostoma, commonly called as hookworm, right? After encyclostoma, we have filaria worm is given also in our NCERT, that is Vaucheria bancrofti, B small, B, here it is filaria worm. And one thing is there, because this, who is the vector of this Vaucheria bancrofti, we know it is Culex mosquito. Culex, female, that is vector, right? Another we have also like carrier host. Second one is our that is called pinworm. So pinworm is what? It is our enterobios. Enterobios, it is called as pinworm, right? Pinworm. Sometimes it is also called as seatworm. Enterobios. Another one we have trichuris. Trichuris, trichuris. So this trichuris is called whip worm because it is look like a whip worm, right? Trichuris. One Rhabditis, it is a free living nematode, Rhabditis. One thing is there, this Rhabditis, it is Rhabditiformis. One mistake is there, because Rhabditis is a free living nematode and I write here Rhabditis, it is Rhabditiformis, right? Some name, or Rhabditoid, Rhabditiformis larva is there, because its structure is similar to Rhabditis. So Rhabditis is it is the RHAB, Rhabditis, BDTIS, Rhabditis, right? RHABDITS, it is free living nematode, free living nematodes. This Rhabditis, right? One Gunia worm, right? Dranaculus, yes. One forget we name. It is Dracunulus. This one name is Dracuna, right? Dracula. So it is Dracunulus. LUS. DRACUNULUS. Dracunulus, right? So this Dracunulus, it is also called as Gunia worms. GUNIEA worm. So these are some examples and their common names. which are included in this phylum, that is in ascahelminthes. You have to read these names, right, because sometimes they are asking in with their common names. Okay. Then after we have annelida. Annelida come from annulus. Annelida, it come from annulus, and annulus means what? Ring-like structure. This annelida means ring-like. Annulus, ring. Annulus means ring. So they have ring. That means their body has ring. Look here. These are rings. So this one part is called annulus. Right? So they are called metameric segmented body. May be aquatic, marine and freshwater, or terrestrial. Some are terrestrial, free living, or sometimes parasitic, mostly ectoparasite. Look, marine and freshwater, that means maybe we have Nereis for marine. Freshwater, like leech is freshwater. Terrestrial, that is earthworm is terrestrial. Free living, that is our earthworm, free living. Sometimes parasitic, leech or Helidonia, it is parasitic, right? They exhibit organ system level of body organization and bilateral symmetry. Symmetry is all bilateral symmetry, right? They are triploblastic, made up of 3 germinal layer: ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. Metamerically segmented body. Body is segmented. Look, specific organs internally as well as externally. So they are called metameric segmented body. And coelomate animals, 2 coelom cavity is present, so they are called coelomate or eucoelomate animal. Their body surface is distinctively marked out into segments, or these are called metameres. These one are metameres. METAMERES. Right? Metamere means what? Unit. Right? Hence the phylum name is Annelida. Latin it comes from annulus, that is called little ring, which is I write here annulus. Right? They possess longitudinal and circular muscle. Here they have longitudinal and circular muscles are there, but when I told you in platyhelminthes and ascahelminthes, they have 3 layers of muscles: circular, longitudinal and oblique muscles layer. But here what they possess longitudinal and circular muscles which help in locomotion. Aquatic annelids like Nereis possess lateral appendages. These are lateral appendages. Actually they are not legs, but they are actually what? They are projections, right? Which is made up of their body wall. First thing is there, and they have also chitinous. They have chitinous scales are there, which look like their legs or look like their bones. They are not skeleton, but these chitin threads, they forms a skeleton here. These are called parapodia. Podia means legs, right? Which help in swimming. A closed circulatory system is present here, right? Nephridia, singular nephridium, help in osmoregulation as well as excretion. Neural system is consist of paired ganglia. Nerve ring is there, right? And that is singular ganglions connected by lateral nerves to double ventral nerve cord. From here we find double ventral nerve cord, right, which is the characteristic of non-cardids. Nereis, an aquatic form, is dioecious. Dioecious means male and female are separate. But in case of earthworm, which is terrestrial, and leech, which is aquatic, and ectoparasite, are monoecious, means male and female organs are present in the same organism, right? Reproduction is sexual. Sexual type of reproduction is present, asexual reproduction is absent here, right? So this is given. Two figures are given. This is figure. This figure is leech or Hirudinea. Scientific name is Hirudinea, right? And this one is our Nereis. These are sucker, right? Both sides sucker is there. So these suckers, they are also help in locomotions, right? Some examples are given here. Example, Nereis. Now look, this phylum also classified into 3 classes, right? And these classes, that is Polychaeta, Oligochaeta and Hirudinea. Actually earlier it is 4 classes, but 4th class that is extinct, totally extinct, that is called annelida, right? So Nereis example is given here. Nereis example is, it is the example of Polychaeta. Feritema, earthworm, this is the example of Oligochaeta. And Hirudinea, blood sucking leech, sanguivorous, this one is called sanguivorous, right? Because blood sucking, so we said them sanguivorous. Sanguivorous means blood sucking ectoparasite, right? So this Hirudinea, Hirudinaria, right? So Nereis, Polychaeta, we have 3, Poly, Cheta, Oligochaeta and Hirudinea. Hirudinea, 3 classes are there, that is Polychaeta, Oligochaeta, Hirudinea, right? Polychaeta, they are free living, no parasite is there. Aquatic. So this classification is the base. What is the base of this classification? Here base is locomotory organs, mostly locomotory organs, organs, locomotory organs. Polychaeta, they are aquatic, they are Nereis, example is Nereis, and that is second one is Metanereis, right? So Nereis, what is the locomotory organ? Parapodia. When we consider this one Oligochaeta, 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 it is, we have earthworm, EARTH, earthworm, as for example Feritema, Posthuma, right? So here what is the locomotory organ? Here CT. In CT means a paired CT is present in all the, paired means not only 2 and plus 2, CT is present in all the segments, right? CT, locomotory organ is CT. And in Hirudinea, locomotory organ, as for example leech, they are ectoparasite, sanguivorous, blood sucking animals, they have no locomotory organs. So they use suckers for locomotions, or muscular locomotion is there. They have sucker, or that means they take help from suckers and muscles for locomotions. So we have 3 classes in case of our annelida: Polychaeta, Oligochaeta, Hirudinea. One more class is there, but it is totally extinct, and this is considered as archannelida. Archannelida. You know, understand, archi means what? Ancient, primitive. So they are extinct fossils or fossils, right? I think you understand this one. Respiration through body surface, because they have cutaneous type of respiration. Their blood vascular system is closed type of blood vascular system is there, right? They have no RBC. They have RBCs are not there, but they have hemoglobin like pigments are, respiratory pigments are there, right? Well developed digestive system is there. Here Nephridia as excretory system, right? Okay. Now another we have arthropoda. We will discuss this arthropoda in other classes. Okay. Thanks.